Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Reba Eats, and today we are making dairy-free chicken marsala. This recipe is sure to have you reaching for seconds. The ingredients you will need are 2 chicken breasts, 1 8-ounce pack of mushrooms, I used baby bellas, 1 shallot or 1/2 of a yellow onion, 3 cloves of garlic, parsley, marsala cooking wine, avocado oil, flour, thyme, fresh is preferred, but I'm using dried, plant-based butter, vegetable broth, and coconut milk. I like to prep my vegetables first, so when it comes time to add them into the skillet, they are all sliced and diced. When prepping the mushrooms, be sure to wipe or pat off any dirt rather than washing to avoid the mushrooms absorbing too much water and becoming soggy. Slice all of the mushrooms and set aside. Next is the yellow onion. Like I said, you can use 1 medium shallot. However, I typically have yellow onions in my pantry, so that's what I'm using. Dice the 1/2 onion and also set that aside. The last fresh produce to prep is 3 cloves of garlic. An easy way to remove the skin from the garlic is doing a twist like motion, and you can see it easily separate from the clove. You'll want to mince the garlic up finely to add to your skillet. Now moving on to the chicken. My chicken breasts were initially frozen, and so I had them thawing while I was prepping my produce. This actually comes in handy when trying to cut the chicken into cutlets. When the chicken is almost fully thawed, I like to cut it into cutlets because it allows me to have more control of the size of my cut. You can get about 2 to 3 cutlets from each chicken breast. Once the chicken is fully thawed and cut, you will add 1 cup of flour, salt, and pepper to a plastic bag. Add in your cutlets and shake until the chicken cutlets are fully covered. Since everything is prepped, let's get to cooking. I start my skillet on medium heat and add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of avocado oil to cover the bottom of the skillet. A little trick that my mom taught me to tell if your oil is hot enough is by flicking a little bit of flour onto the oil and seeing when it bubbles. Once you see that initial bubble from the flour into the oil, you are good to go. Add in the cutlets, 3 at a time, or however many you can without overcrowding the skillet. You would want to cook the chicken on each side for about 3 to 5 minutes until a golden color appears on the edges. When you are going to flip the chicken, another key point is that they shouldn't stick to the bottom of the pan. If you have any tension when you're trying to remove the chicken to flip, try cooking them a little longer before flipping. Once you have finished cooking the chicken, set them aside. You will add them back into the sauce at the end. The chicken is all cooked, so let's start on the produce. Add in the sliced mushrooms and diced onions. I also add in about 1 tablespoon of plant-based butter. Really try to scrape the residue of the chicken from the bottom of the pan as it will add to the flavor. Once the mushrooms and onions have been sauteing for several minutes and shrink in size, add the minced garlic. We add the garlic last out of the 3 because garlic has a tendency to burn, which will leave your dish with a bitter taste, which we do not want. Once the garlic becomes fragrant, we are now onto the liquids. We're going to add 3/4 cup of Marsala cooking wine first. Let this simmer until it cooks down halfway. Next, we are adding 3/4 cup of coconut milk. I love using coconut milk as a replacement of whole milk because it is a high-fat dairy substitute with minimal to no aftertaste in dishes like this with already strong flavors. I will say if you've never used coconut milk, make sure when you're opening the can, you mix the contents before measuring because there will be a thick condensed milk on the top followed by a thinner coconut oil. Add this into your skillet. Lastly, we will add 3/4 cup of vegetable broth and 1 tablespoon of dried thyme and about 1 tablespoon of parsley. Let this simmer for about 5 to 7 minutes. The last step is to add back in our cooked chicken. If your sauce is still too thin after adding your chicken in, you can make a cornstarch slurry to thicken the sauce. To pair with this dish, I made buttered noodles to help grab all of that beautiful sauce. Thank you for watching this video, and let me know your thoughts if you have made this recipe and what did you pair it with. Remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time with another food-focused video. Bye!